Good morning, YouTube. And here it is finished. This is poor Tom. This is my cost-effective solution to the Mossberg 590 Shockwave and the new Remington Tac-14. And when I mean cost-effective, I'll go over the whole details. The reason I call this gun's nickname is Poor Tom. And I kind of gave it that because I wanted a short pistol grip shotgun on a budget, cheaper than what I could get the new 590 and the new Tac-14 with the Shockwave and the 14-inch barrel. And I want to go over why I did what I did. But first, let me go over the details of the gun. This is a Remington 870 special purpose that I picked up for right around $290. It is used. It had a 23-inch fully rifled barrel, and of course the full pistol, the full buttstock. So I decided to see what I could do, and my goal was to take the barrel and the parts off of this gun and put these parts that you see on it now without having to spend any extra money. And that's exactly what I did. And so far I have come in not only under budget, but I'm still actually making money back. Now the barrel, I put the barrel on eBay, and after a couple of issues with the first person deciding he didn't want to pay for it after he bet on it and won, I had to relist it. The original barrel sold for $140. The barrel that's on it now is an 18.5-inch improved cylinder, 12 gauge, and it's 2 3/4 inch and 3-inch chambers, so it'll take everything. And this is one of the 870 barrels that are made by Mossberg. Now, despite what some people who don't know any better will tell you, that they say all the aftermarket barrels are made by Mossberg. No, they are not. You can still get the Remington barrels. But since I'm on a budget, this is what I went with. And I also bought the Hogue Tamer pistol grip and the Hogue forearm that you see on it, replacing the factory forearm. Now, the barrel cost $130. I got the pistol grip you see and the forearm for $30. So my initial payout was $290. Made $140 on the barrel. Bought the new barrel for $103, and the grip and the forearm for $30. So all in all, I spent $290 to get the gun. I have $283 into it with what I have bought and what I have sold. Now I have the forearm, the original forearm, on eBay right now, and the buttstock is going to go as well. So if I sell both of them, hopefully I'd like to make between $20 and $30 for everything. That'll be what I put on it next. And that's probably going to be, I'm either going to buy a small scabbard to carry this thing in for a vehicle, or I'm going to maybe look into a side saddle for it. But either way, it's still coming off of things that were on the gun. I have not spent a dime other than what I have made off of this gun. And now everybody's probably wondering, well, gee, why didn't you just go out and buy one? Again, I wanted to show what you could do on a budget. Here you are. Now, as far as the grip that's on it, everybody's like, well, you're not going to like that grip. I have shot it with this grip on it. I had to take it out in the pouring rain because it's all done here. It's actually raining right now, or I'd like to get a range video on this. And I have shot it. I shot 5 rounds of 2 3/4 inch double-aught buckshot, because that's what my personal defense guns either use, double-aught or number 4 buckshot. I don't bother with birdshot for my personal defense guns. So I wanted to shoot what I'm going to have in it for personal defense. 5 rounds out of this, no problem. Not an issue. I will say one thing, if you do get this Hogue forend, I noticed that when I first used it, it was it felt like it was very tight. The forearm did not want to move. It turns out there was a couple little spots back here where the rubber was, from the inside, was kind of starting to get onto the onto where this mounts up and where it rides along the magazine tube. All I do is take like 400 grit sandpaper, go through the whole thing, smooth it out. It's now as smooth and as slick as the factory forearm. But the nice thing is it is shorter so that you can use the side saddle on it. Now, am I going to add a magazine extension? It may be down the road. I'm probably not going to do it right away. I have a sling here I'm probably going to put on it. And just to have it, just to put on. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on there. I'm more or less going to try it out. But again, why did I get this gun? Because the whole point behind one of these shorter shotguns is if you want to keep it in a truck, in a vehicle, if you want to have it where you don't want to have to keep a full-size shotgun. That's the whole point behind these guns. That's the whole reason for them. Because somebody told me the other day, well, they're a pointless shotgun. No, they're not. They're actually, are very practical. And they do have a good use. You do have to, like any other defensive gun, you do have to practice with them. Now, another reason I did not get the Shockwave, the 590 Shockwave, or the Remington 870 Tac-14 is because if I decide on a whim to want to take the pistol grip off and go, you know what, I don't really need this type of shotgun anymore, I want a full-size shotgun, I can do that simply by changing that pistol grip without spending a whole lot of money. I'm not keeping the original buttstock on this because it has the higher comb to it, and when you put it on, it kind of looks down over the sight. So if I want to do it, I'm going to have to get a shorter height buttstock, plus I want one of the shorter length of pull. But that's the thing. If you buy the 590 Shockwave, or you buy the Tac-14, and you take it out to the range, and you shoot it and go, I don't like this gun, you're stuck with it. You cannot change the grip. You have to leave the Raptor grip on, and the reason why, the whole purpose of that shotgun working the way it does is because it has to stay within a certain length. And that's 26 inches, or I believe it's 26 1/3 inches. The Remington Tac-14 and the 590 Shockwave are identical in length. They are 26 1/3 inches. Now, this gun here, it looks longer because, well, it doesn't have the 14-inch barrel. It's really long. This gun is just a little bit over 28.5 inches. So you're 2 inches longer with this gun than you are with the 590 Shockwave or the Tac-14. I promise you, having used this gun, having just worked with this gun a little bit, played with it a little bit, just to see how it feels. I've held the 590 Shockwave. I don't miss those extra inches. I don't miss them at all. And again, this gun, if you don't like the way it is, you can always put it back. Those two guns, you cannot change. You can't put on a buttstock onto that gun, the 14-inch, without turning it into a short-barreled shotgun or any other weapon. You will violate the NFA. So, and I have a feeling with those two types of guns, the problem is going to be, just like when the 44 Magnum and the 500 Magnum came out, you'll see guys take them out, shoot them, don't like it, turn around and sell it. You're going to see a lot of turnover on those guns. You'll see a lot of people like them, but you're also going to see a lot of people who shoot them. I don't like this. It's uncomfortable. I'm still waiting for the first person to blow their hand off because of that 14-inch barrel. You know, and I know it's going to happen. Because you're just going to get some noob or some range ninja that's just not going to know any better, and they're going to blow off their hand. It's just a matter of time. So, but that makes this gun so much more practical. You can use it just like you see it here. You can put it back to what it was. And it's an 870. It's still a Remington 870, and it's a special purpose, which it was a little bit nicer gun than just the basic out-of-the-box 870. Except the Wingmaster is a little nicer with the finish, but it's still a Remington 870. This gun shoots 2 3/4 inch and 3-inch shells perfectly fine. So, there it is, folks. There is my budget pistol grip alternative to the Tac-14 and the 590 Shockwave. It's not always just about the money. It's about the ability to take the gun. If you don't like, you can do this with it, and if you don't like it, you go, gee, I don't like it. I can't do that with a 590 Shockwave. You can turn this right back into a regular shotgun. I can put a regular buttstock back on here, and I'll still have a really good personal defense shotgun because it's got the 18.5-inch barrel. But I wanted to show you what you could do with used shotguns that are out there, that are all over the place. They're everywhere. And if you really want one of these guns, gee, and you're intimidated by 12 gauge, there's lots of nice 20 gauge guns you can do this to. There's a lot of 20 gauge pumps out there. You can get the aftermarket barrels. You can get the pistol grips for it. You can do all that. The 870s, the Mossbergs. Personally, if I was going to buy a new gun, because this is not a gun you're going to fire all the time. Let's just face that fact right now. You're not going to go to the range and shoot 25 or 30 double-aught rounds out of this at a sitting. You're not going to do it, because one, that's not what it's designed for. It's designed as just what you see here. If I was going to probably, on the strictest budget possible, I would probably go for a Maverick 88 if I was going to buy one new. But there's a lot of nice new guns out there, or used guns out there you can do it to. I just saw the other day a really nice 20 gauge Remington 870, 28-inch field barrel, nice wooden furniture on it. Go out, for, again, $250. You could do the exact same thing. It can be done, folks. So, with that being said, I'm hoping to get some more videos with this and to work on it more. It's really not a bad shooting gun. I will say the Hogue Tamer grip does a better job than I thought it was going to do. I have held the Raptor grip with the 590 Shockwave. I like it, but the one thing is, to me, I like the angle, but I don't like the texture. So I would have to figure out a way to maybe either put grip tape on there or wrap it with something to give it a little more cushion like this has. But again, this also keeps the length down to, again, a little more than 20.5 inches. You're almost right there. So, there you go, folks. Getting this gun right now, as I say, is $283 with all the modifications I've done to it. If I actually sell the remaining parts, the forearm, and say I get 20 bucks for it, I'm down in the 260 range. That's getting hard to find a new gun to compete with. So, with that being said, YouTube, have a nice day. Go out and find one of these. You don't need to buy those new guns. One, again, the cost, but at the same time, the ability that if you don't like the pistol grip on those guns, you cannot change it. This I can put back to a regular full-size shotgun anytime I choose. So, have a good day, YouTube. Go find some of those used shotguns and make your own.